now you, Dr. Panja, because the Trinamool Congress has also claimed this, that the process is the punishment earlier, that the ED is being used to target our leaders. But the fact is, cash was found. The large mounds of cash found at the aid of your minister Partha Chatterjee last week eventually forced you to make him resign. Which means, I come back to it, there is no smoke without fire in all these cases. Whether it's Mr. Raut, whether it's Mr. Soren, whether it's now Mr. Chatterjee, why not accept that? Rather than say that the ED is targeting only our leaders, they are targeting you because they have found the cash on your leaders. They've found the money laundering trail.
Yes, Rajdeep, I agree with that. But what we do not agree with is the additional agenda. We also want the ED to investigate every case of corruption in the country. But there seems to be only an additional agenda which is very naked and very blatant. Unfortunately, the law enforcement agencies are selectively harassing, and we've said this before, that they are selectively harassing the non-BJP states and the leaders. What we just want to submit is, in fact, in West Bengal, just 2 days back, and you were questioning the Congress spokesman, that 3 MLAs of the Jharkhand Congress, belonging to the Jharkhand state of Jharkhand, they were caught with cash in Howrah, one of our districts in West Bengal. This was an MLA car, the car with the MLA nameplate, and they were caught. And there have been reactions to it from the Congress. Now, most importantly, the reaction which has come from a Congress leader, MLA, I think his name is Mr. Singh of Burmo, and he has submitted a letter to the police station complaining that he was being lured to take money and probably promised an important ministerial berth in the future if he helps BJP to overturn the government. And by none less than he's mentioned the name of the Chief Minister of Assam, Hemant Biswa Sharma. Now, what we are trying to say is that there is money found out here. CID is investigating. There is a trail out here. And there is a proper letter of submission of an MLA pointing to a BJP Chief Minister. So why doesn't ED step into this investigation? So that is very funny that certain people and certain parties...
I think all three of you are making the same point more or less. You are claiming that the ED is being selective. You are claiming ED is being weaponized. You are claiming your leaders in the case of the Shiv Sena are being targeted as part of vendetta. You've heard these arguments, Shehzad Poonawala, respond to them. Because now this is becoming a constant refrain. Enforcement Directorate is an enabling directorate for this government to either topple governments or to settle scores of the opposition. Respond, please.
It's not an enabling department, Rajdeep. They think it is entitlement of dinos to do dacoity. This entitlement of dinos to do dacoity need to have a Sach ka samna today. Because, see, I'm missing the 4th pillar of corruption. 3 pillars of corruption are there. The 4th pillar of corruption is the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, what is their entire political slogan? Bhrashtachar is my adhikar. Bhrashtachar hum karte rahenge. This is our shishtachar. If you do any inquiry, it will become atyachar and we will do durachar. Let me give you evidence one by one. Firstly, Uttam Reddy ji said no action has been taken by ED on BJP. This is PTI report, Jan 4, 2021. ED attaches 2.7 crore worth assets of Surat BJP leader. Please see, Rajdeep, I've got news report. Income tax raids on close aides of BSY's son, Mr. Yediyurappa's son, BJP loyalist. This is October 2021. So this allegation that it's acting selectively does not hold. But let's go not by, one second, just let me complete fully because it will otherwise be a problem. Let's go not by allegation but by Adesh of court. Adesh of court has come in Aam Aadmi Party's case. They also cry the same thing. One Adesh, ignore the health report of LNJP hospital. Second Adesh in 2019 August that he did hawalabazi. Third...
You're referring to Satyendar Jain.
Satyendar. I'm coming to all of them one by one. Third, by the lower court just 2 days ago that there's sufficient prima facie evidence to charge Mr. Jain of involvement in money laundering and cognizance is taken of the charge sheet. Fourth is the hawala funds were used to purchase agricultural land. Then a High Court order on 27 July saying he had a criminal background, Kejriwal should decide. So court decided on this matter. Secondly, let's come to the case of Mr. TMC party, the too much corruption party. Court came up with Calcutta High Court Division Bench order came in 2022, which Mamata Banerjee challenged. In that, Adhikari's daughter's appointment was also cancelled. What action did they take on them? Secondly, today, it is your own channel, India Today, This evidence has been put out today, this morning on India Today. Arpita in a TMC function, this is India Today report, with Partha and education ministry envelopes found with her, and Mamata Banerjee praising her. Now come to Congress party and to Shiv Sena also partly. This is NCP leader Ajit Pawar. You know Marathi also, and Ajit Pawar has said this statement today, Indian Express, and this is Times Now. I'm sure you take it credibly. When asked about Sanjay Raut, he says that yes, investigations take place, but why Sanjay Raut is being investigated again and again, only he can answer, and agencies have a right to probe. If this was a vindictive case, why is NCP today saying no, Mr. Raut has to answer? And last point I would want to say about Mr. Uddhav Thackeray and company. Uddhav Thackeray had said about Sachin Waze कि Osama bin Laden hai kya? When Nawab Malik PS also they said the same thing. You remember? Special court has said Nawab Malik has links with Dawood Ibrahim. Court has denied him bail. Court has denied Satyendar Jain bail. Today court has denied bail. Last sentence. One last sentence.
No, you are saying in all these cases the courts have in a way backed the ED action.
Just last 10 seconds. I promise 10 seconds, then they can continue. Now Mr. Uttam Reddy made a very important point. He said that look, what has the ED done? 2014, by the way sir, the akada you have given, the figures you gave, there were no convictions till 2014, and 2014 to 2022 there have been 23 convictions. So you have actually shown what you are doing with the ED. The ED was used as a weapon at a time when it was castigated as being a cage parrot for the CBI.
That was the CBI was used
CBI and all other agencies.
Okay.